I now come to Prime Minister's questions. Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer, are you going to...
When we draw it. Prime Minister, we don't want to go through that again. I'll make the decisions. The answer is the question. Keir Starmer.
Doesn't the country deserve so much better than this? Out of touch, out of control, out of ideas, out of touch, out of control, out of touch, and soon to be out of office, Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'll tell you what this government has been doing to look after the people of this country throughout this pandemic and beyond. We've been raising the cost of living. We've been raising taxes for people on low pay, Mr. Speaker. We've been cutting payments for people suffering the costs of fuel. And we've also, Mr. Speaker, been raising crime by 10%, putting 11,000 more hospitals with record unemployment, more unemployment than at any time in the last 30 years. We are building 40 new police officers, Mr. Speaker. Gigabit broadband has gone up from 65% to 9% coverage already. And as I said already, I think 3 times or 4 times today, we have more people, more employees on the payroll now than before the pandemic began. And unemployment, youth unemployment, at a record high, Mr. Speaker. And when the history of this comes to be history, and the history of the Labour Party comes to be written, and believe me, they are history and will remain history, Mr. Speaker. It will show that we dithered while they delivered. And throughout the pandemic, people across government were drinking a pint of beer in number 10, Mr. Speaker. And the reason we've been able to lift hospitals faster than any other country in Europe, and we have the most closed economy and the most closed society in Europe, Mr. Speaker, is thanks to the Labour Party and thanks to the work of Mr. Speaker, and I am intensely proud of Mr. Speaker.
Order! Ian Blackford.
Will the Prime Minister finally take responsibility, resign, go, Prime Minister?
Let me just. There's but Mr. Speaker, I think the most important thing from the point of view of the UK government is that, to conclude, thanks.
Absolutely pathetic.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Like many on these benches, I spent weeks and months and weeks and months and months and weeks defending the Prime Minister against often angry constituents. I reminded them of his success in delivering Brexit and on the vaccine and many other things. But I expect my leaders to shoulder the responsibility for the actions they take. Yesterday, he did the opposite. So I'll remind him of a quotation altogether too familiar to him of Leo Amery to Neville Chamberlain. You have sat there too long for all the good you have done. In the name of God, go.
Order! We now come to the Prime Minister's COVID-19 statements. Can we please leave quickly and quietly? What a day.